Hello, fellow yogis. Welcome. I'm Anna. So we're on day 27, continuing to build our strength and mobility. Let's start at the top of our mat. We're going to start with our sun salutation like we do every other day. Take a nice big inhale. Take our hands above head. We're connecting them at the top. We're going to exhale, bring them down past the midline of our body. Back to our side. From here, we're going to take a nice big inhale. We're sweeping up. We're engaging those glutes. We're taking our gaze back to as far as we can. We exhale. We fold forward. We hinge at the hips. Bend the knees if you need to. Bring our fingertips to our toes. Inhale, hands to knees, flat back. Finding our floor with our hands. We're stepping back to a high plank. So from our high plank, we shift forward on an inhale. Take the knees down if you need to. We exhale, we lower down. Chaturanga, tuck the elbows. Inhale, upward dog or cobra, whatever you're feeling today. Pushing that floor away. Then we exhale, coming back to a downward dog. And in our downward dog, we do somewhat of a body scan. So we're paying attention to what is going on within the self today. Because every day is different. We're finding that tension we may be holding. Let's rid ourselves of that today. Let's take our hips from side to side. We don't take things too seriously. We enjoy the movements within ourselves. We never compare. We do what we can. We interpret the moves in ways our bodies will allow. All right, let's look up between our thumbs and slowly walk our feet back up between our hands. Hands to knees, flat back. Exhale, drop the head, hinging at our hips, folding forward. Nice big inhale, up, hands above head, back to the side. All right, let's step back. We're going to find a nice wide stance. Then we're going to do our archer squat like we do every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. 3 times a week, alternating with our yogi squat. So nice and wide. And we're going to bend our left knee. And let's start with that side lunge, bumping up and down with our butt, bending that left knee, hands on our thighs. Finding our balance, keeping our feet nice and flat on our floor. And then we'll take it to the right. Same thing. Just bouncing, shuffling our feet to where it's comfortable. Bouncing up and down. Back as tall and straight as we can have her. And now we're going to move with the breath. So inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Sometimes we get wobbly. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Now we're going to move the head in the opposite direction to the bent knee. So exhale, bend the right knee, look left. Inhale, look right, bend the left knee. And we find that rhythm. Moving with the breath. And then we're going to bring the arms in. Our archer arms. Looking past our thumbs. Really pulling back that elbow. Now let's see if we can flex that foot. Coming up onto our heel. So, flex. And then, when we're good, we'll come up. A bit more practice on that one. Right, feet facing forward. We're going to take our right hand, place it directly in front of our face. We're going to take our other hand and put her on top. I may have said the wrong side there, but who cares? Right, big inhale. On the exhale, we're going to take that left hand to the sky. We're going to take our gaze up with it. Bring it back, switch over. On the exhale, we're lifting, and we bring it back down on the inhale. Move with the breath and see if you can take it that little bit further each time. Twisting. A few more. Connecting the movement with the breath, which is very hard when you're talking. Hopefully it's a bit easier for you. And a few more. Let's go 2 more on each side. Stop. Palms nice and flat on that ground, and we're just going to drop our head. We're going to fully stretch the back of those legs, and let's just walk our hands to the left. Take a few deep inhales and exhales, and we'll come back to the right. A few rounds of breath, deeply inhaling through the nose, fully exhaling through the mouth. Lovely. Back to the middle. Come up, and we're going to find our horse stance. So shuffle to where you feel you need to be. We're going to take our butt down and find our horse stance. So we're taking our butt down towards the mat. Move your feet to where you need to be comfortable. We're going to imagine our backs on a nice straight wall. We're going to lock our fingers together in front, and we're going to do 10 rounds of breath. So we're going to inhale, push the hands out. We're going to exhale, push them out again. So that's 1 round of breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Drop the hands to the mat, lift that butt, and again, stretch out the back of those legs, move the hips, and we're going to shimmy our feet back up to the middle of our mat, and we're going to find our warrior 3. So we're going to take our hands in front in a prayer-like position. We're going to lift up that right knee, and we're lifting her as high as we can, holding, toe nice and pointed. Connecting fully with that breath. We're going to flex that foot, we're going to straighten her up and let her hover behind. And when we're ready to do so, we're going to come forward with that torso, aiming to get that back leg as parallel as we can with our mat, and that upper body as parallel as we can. Bend the balancing leg if it makes it that little bit easier to hold. So we can keep our arms like so. We can take them to the side. We can take them above head. Oh, try our best to keep balance. We have our days where it's easier and our days when it's not so much. Big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to bring that knee back up in front. And bring it back down to earth. Switcheroo. Switch over. All right, bring up the left foot as tall as you can, as high as you can, holding, pointing that toe. And we're going to flex that foot, straighten her up, let her hover, and then we're coming forward, finding that balance, getting that torso and that back leg nice and parallel with our mat. We're looking down at our mat, holding, taking the arms to where you need to. A few rounds of breath. And we're going to take a nice big inhale and bring her back in front. Lovely. Bring her back down to earth. We're going to sit our butts down on our mat. Find a nice straight-legged staff, seated staff pose. Take our arms above head. We're going to breathe. We're going to have our arms touching our ears. Sitting nice and tall. I'm going to take our left hand. We're going to grab that right toe or foot, however you want to hold her. Remember, we can do this with a bent leg. If you can, straighten her up, straighten her up. So we're raising that right leg. We're taking our free hand and we are taking her behind the body and looking past that shoulder. If you can do so, lift up that arm. And we've got our revolved Heron variation. We're going to breathe in deeply through the nose. Exhale fully through the mouth. A few more rounds of breath. Seeing if you can take that twist that little bit further on the exhale. And then we'll bring that free hand back, bend that knee, take the outer side of that leg, and we're just pulling that knee under that underarm, stretching her out, straighten her up, lift up the arms again, inhale deeply, arms are touching ears, nice rhythm of breath, and then we're going to raise up that left leg, grab hold with the right hand. And again, if she's bent, she's bent. Work with bent. Straighten her up if you can. And we're going to take our arm back behind us, looking past our thumb, keeping that back as straight as we can. Chest is nice and open. And we're finding our limit. That grounded leg is engaged with that heel gently pushing down on that mat. And we're going to see if we can take it back that little bit further on the exhale. Right, let's bring that free hand back, take the outer side of that foot, and we're pulling that knee under that arm. And we'll straighten her up. We're going to take our left hand, place it on the outer right knee, and we're just twisting, seated twist. Looking back past that shoulder. Again, on that exhale, seeing if we can take it that little bit further. A few rounds of breath. And then we take it the other side. So the outer side of that knee, taking that left hand to the back of the body, and we're gazing past that shoulder. The heels are gently pushing down that mat. Breathing deeply in through the nose, exhaling fully out through the mouth. Coming back, and we'll find our easy pose. Cross-legged, hands on our knees. We're going to bring our chin down to our chest. So we're going to lock. We're going to gaze down past our legs, close our eyes. And I'll leave you here. Namaste. Day 27. We've nearly done an entire month. 11 more to go. See you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. And hopefully joining.